President of the Republic, Shipping Deputy Minister, Central Bank Governor, Limassol Mayor, Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to our 32nd Annual General Meeting, and thank you all for honoring us with your virtual participation today. Before proceeding, please allow me to extend a personal welcome to the Chairman of the International Chamber of Shipping, Mr. Espen Poulsen, and the President of the European Community Shipowners Associations, Mr. Klaus Belkel, who are joining us all the way from Singapore and Sweden, respectively, despite the time difference there. Gentlemen, thank you both. I'm only sorry that you cannot be with us physically this time, as you have done in the past. Dear Espen, as the Cyprus Shipping Chamber, we would like to assure you that we will continue our active participation at the work of the ICS for the benefit of international shipping. Similarly, dear Klaus, we will continue to renewing our commitment for full cooperation with EXA towards a more competitive European shipping. Closing the greetings, and in addition to the President of the Cyprus Employers and Industrials Federation, Mr. Antonis Antoniou, and the President of the Cyprus Chamber of Commerce and Industry, Mr. Christos Angastiniotis, I would like to particularly welcome representatives from the Cyprus Union of Shipowners and our Turkish Cypriot shipping colleagues. Dear guests, moving with the times and using an electronic voting process for the first time, earlier today, we elected the new Chamber Board of Directors for the next 2 years, who are as follows. President Themis Papadopoulos, Interorient Navigation. Immediate Past President Philippos Philis, Lemisolar Navigation. Vice Presidents Andreas Hagipetru, Columbia Ship Management. Andreas Neofitou, Marlow Navigation. Dieter Rothenberg, Intership Navigation. Prabhaja, MSC Ship Management. Board members Erwin Derlagen, NSL. Sunil Kapoor, FML. Oleg Kalinin, SCF. John Hadjibaraskeva's Unity Marine. Anna Burgos, Afendriga Marine Insurance Brokers, and Despina Theodosiou, Tototheo Maritime. We sincerely congratulate them and wish them a successful term of office. We also like to express our sincere thanks to all the rest of the candidates who were nominated for this year's elections, and finally express our warm appreciation to the retiring board member, Captain Eugen Adami. We shall now formally commence our annual general meeting with a virtual address by His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Cyprus, Mr. Nikos Anastasiadis, who due to COVID restrictions this year only, is not able to join us physically. And for that, we connect now with the Presidential Palace.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is with distinct honor that I address the 32nd Annual General Meeting of the Cyprus Shipping Chamber. At the outset, I wish to extend my deep appreciation to the Cyprus Shipping Chamber, the Board of Directors, and its distinguished members for your invaluable support in our efforts to establish Cyprus as a modern and competitive hub in the shipping industry. Distinguished friends, despite the outbreak of COVID-19, the shipping industry showed tremendous resilience and supported immensely the Cypriot economy in 2020. Our country's maritime sector managed to maintain its competitiveness and has preserved shipping as one of the main pillars of our economy, with a contribution of approximately 7% to Cyprus GDP, significantly enhancing our efforts for the observed recovery and growth of the country's economy. And taking this opportunity, I wish to commend the shipping industry for its leading role in efforts to overcome this unprecedented crisis by keeping supply chains open and maritime trade moving, ensuring the timely availability of essential goods and necessary medical equipment and supplies during the pandemic. It is also with sincere feeling of gratitude that I noted the tangible contribution of the Cyprus Shipping Chamber to our general health system through various donations, which reflects on the Chamber's members' commitment to ethos and philanthropy. Ladies and gentlemen, as I convey my full support to the Deputy Ministry for Shipping, I'm pleased to note that since its establishment, a number of commendable steps have been undertaken for improving the shipping infrastructure in Cyprus and its services through a well-structured and coordinated strategic plan, including the successful reapproval of the upgraded Cyprus tonnage tax system by the European Commission for another 10 years period, ensuring a climate of stability and confidence in the maritime industry. The contribution of a number of green tax incentives demonstrating our commitment to green transformation, as well as expressing our readiness to support the industry in its path to decarbonization by rewarding operations and innovative approaches that reduce the environmental footprint. The further enhancement of the overall promotion of the Cyprus shipping image and the improvement of the competitiveness of the Cyprus registry by revising its pricing policy and simplifying its ship registration procedures. The overall digital transformation of the services and departments of the Deputy Ministry, the promotion of innovation in the shipping sector and further support to blue growth and modern maritime education and training in Cyprus. The inclusion of the Cyprus flag in the Qualship 21 list of the US Coast Guard, which further establishes the Cyprus registry as one of the safest and of high standards in the world. The re-election, finally, of Cyprus as a member of the International Maritime Organizations Council, providing our country with the opportunity to continue to its active contribution in drafting international shipping policy, as well as in promotion the interest of Cyprus shipping internationally. Distinguished friends, Cyprus has a number of comparative advantages that have significantly contributed to establishing our country as one of the most influential global hubs for ship owning and ship management services. Advantages such as, amongst others, our strategic geographical location at the crossroads of 3 continents, a maritime infrastructure which is constantly being upgraded, a highly qualified and professional workforce, a stable business environment, and a fully international and EU harmonized tax and legal systems. Despite the financial difficulties due to the pandemic and the fact that Cyprus shipping sector operates in a continuously evolving and highly competitive global environment, we are proud that our country managed to maintain its position as the 3rd largest shipping fleet in Europe and the 11th largest in the world, while representing the largest third-party ship management center in Europe. Rest assured, dear friends, that we will continue to place priority in further consolidating and improving the competitiveness of the Cyprus flag and our maritime cluster in order to remain resilient to future crises and proactive to new challenges and trends. To this end, I wish to recall that during the pandemic, the Shipping Deputy Ministry, among other measures, strongly supported the resident shipping industry by granting extensions concerning payments to the Cyprus Registry Maintenance Annual Fee and the tonnage tax with respect to Cyprus ships, while it facilitated from the very beginning the complex issue of repatriation of shipping personnel. Currently, the Deputy Ministry is formulating a long-term strategy for cyber shipping so as to adjust our sails towards a sustainable, more extroverted and adaptable cyber shipping cluster. At the same time, the implementation of necessary structural reforms for the development of key economic sectors, including always shipping, such as various incentives related to green and digital economy, constitutes some of the most important priorities set in the government's economic recovery and resilience plan. Ladies and gentlemen, dear friends, while wishing you every success in the deliberations of your annual general meeting, I would like to convey yet again my sincere thanks to all of you for your support and loyalty to Cyprus shipping and our flag, especially for staying on board in times of crisis. In concluding, I would like to once more extend my genuine appreciation to the Cyprus Shipping Chamber for your positive contribution, your ongoing trust, and your continuous support. It would be an omission on my behalf if I fail to sincerely thank President Philippos Philis, who I understand is completing his presidency term, for our close and fruitful cooperation. Dear friends, keep navigating Cyprus worldwide. Thank you.
So with that, I would like to move on to the Shipping Deputy Minister. And with that in mind, we would like to, before giving the floor to our Minister, to present today as a world premiere a short video prepared by the Shipping Deputy Ministry on Cyprus shipping and recent initiatives undertaken. Following that, we will connect with the Minister himself. Please enjoy it in true Hollywood style. Lights, camera, action.
Never before has such a small country evolved into a maritime cluster powerhouse as Cyprus has. Pioneering is at its heart, and in the face of constant global change, Cyprus shipping is prepared to lead the way. With a national strategy for the shipping sector, evaluating the challenges and adjusting its course, Cyprus is developing a vision for a resilient, more competitive and sustainable national shipping cluster. With a holistic approach to maritime policies and a sustainable maritime spatial planning, Cyprus focuses on strengthening the blue economy to achieve further growth. Our part is significant in constructing proposals for the formulation of global and European shipping policies. We are committed to promoting Cyprus shipping by playing a leading role in global maritime affairs and creating strong international relations and alliances. With incentives to reward cleaner vessels that demonstrate reduced emissions, we want to motivate and support ship owners on their pathway to decarbonisation. With the adoption of a green model to all our operations, we are investing in maritime research and innovation for a more environmentally sustainable and more robust shipping sector. With our unwavering commitment to protect seafarers, we continue to respond supportively, proactively, and efficiently in times of adversity. During the COVID-19 crisis, we recognized immediately the seafarers' pivotal role in international trade and facilitated crew changes and reparation, and assumed the initiative in tabling a proposal for a global seafarer vaccination program. Digital transformation through integrated information technologies is embraced by our infrastructure and operations, preparing the ground for fully automated and autonomous vessels, better maintenance, and improved safety regulations. With the promotion of paperless initiatives, we are working towards creating a one-stop shop concept, increasing efficiency of our services for both citizens and the shipping industry. With constant innovation, we make things more efficient, more advanced, but less complicated, more automated, but without the loss of human touch. Cyprus shipping is here. More competitive, more extroverted, more adaptable, more sustainable than ever. Making a positive difference for Cyprus and the global maritime scene.
To connect now with the Shipping Deputy Ministry and with no other than Mr. Vasilios Dimitriadis, the Minister himself. Minister, apologies for the troubles caused. I understand also you have problems from your end.
Thank you, Thomas. Well, I feel like a director or a scriptwriter interviewed in the marches of a movie premiere. With the recent decision of the government to declare the entire maritime sector as essential service, I was expecting today's AGM to be held with physical presence, but virtual grid is also welcome as it gives the opportunity for our viewers abroad to participate. Before guiding you through our little video production, first and foremost, I want to praise our resident shipping industry, the Cyprus Shipping Chamber members, for their active contribution to the development of Cyprus shipping. All the people and companies that trust and support Cyprus shipping are my top priority. Here in the Shipping Deputy Ministry, we would like to provide to all chamber members the best possible service. We treat them as members of our family and as our best ambassadors, and in this respect, we are working towards increasing further our efficiency. We will do it in 3 ways. First, redesign the organizational structure of the Shipping Deputy Ministry to increase our productivity and to better reflect the needs of the shipping industry. Second, speed up the procedure to fill all the vacant positions, especially the top management posts. Third, digitalize all our services, creating the framework conditions for one-stop shop. For this project, the government secured funds of around 2.5 million euros from the EU Recovery and Resilience Plan. In our video production, there is a reference to the formulation of Cyprus shipping strategy. People are asking me, Cyprus shipping is a success story. What's the purpose of this initiative? Formulating a strategic vision for Cyprus shipping is all about being more proactive, better utilizing our richness of expertise for the benefit of global, EU and national shipping policies. I want to inject this strategic vision with 3 elements: sustainability, extrovert, adaptability. Why? Sustainability, because sustainability is not about greening, only about greening. It's all about striking the right balance between environmental sustainability and maintaining our competitiveness. And this is what we will try to do. Extrovert. We consider that shipping needs a more extroverted approach. We need to promote the sector, to deliver the right message to the people that are regulating for the shipping industry. And most of these people are outside of the sector. So we need to promote the right image for this sector. Adaptability. We need to be ready to adapt to the challenges and the changes. And I want to co-create this vision with all of you. Being a maritime nation, we feel the responsibility to actively contribute in shaping the global shipping agenda. Environmental sustainability, decarbonization, digitalization, seafarers' welfare are high on the agenda. The first signs of the new approach for Cyprus shipping are already visible through a webinar that we organized back in December in view of the formulation of the EU legislative initiative on the inclusion of shipping into the emissions trading system. Cyprus took the initiative to organize a virtual seminar bringing together the European Parliament, the European Commission, the shipping industry, and the NGOs to discuss the future of EU shipping, how the threats of having a regional approach and the way forward. I think this is a right approach to blend both sides, the shipping industry, the NGOs, the European Parliament, and of course the European Commission that has the right of initiative to seek solutions, to better understand. Then, second, we have introduced recently green tax incentives, rewarding the shipping industry in its decarbonization path. We know that this path is not easy. It will not happen overnight. That's why we stand by, we support the shipping sector in its effort to decarbonize, and we reward the ship owners and all the shipping operators that are doing their meaningful contribution to contribute to climate change. Third, our response to COVID-19 pandemic, facilitating crew changes and repatriation of seafarers, and submitting a global approach on the vaccination of seafarers, which was recently adopted in the form of an ILO resolution. For us, shipping, of course, is global, like for all of you. But we should not only signal this message when we face the threat of a regional measure. Here and now is time to prove it, because now we are facing this humanitarian crisis with our invisible heroes, and it's time to prove that we can work together to have a global and collective approach to solve the issue of the vaccination of our seafarers. Dear friends, I would like to make a special reference to two associations that I have great respect, notably the International Chamber of Shipping, ICS, and the European Community Shipowners Association, EXA, where the Cyprus Shipping Chamber is a proud and active member. Dear Espen, dear Klaus, I feel responsible to work towards a better image and sustainable future for shipping. You can count on Cyprus to achieve this objective. We are determined to work for a positive change for global and EU shipping. Turning now to the Cyprus Shipping Chamber, I would like to congratulate the newly elected president, my good friend Themis Papadopoulos, and all the new members of the Chamber's board for their appointment. I look forward to cooperating constructively. I would also like to take today's opportunity to thank the outgoing president, Philippos Philis, for the excellent cooperation and to wish him every success in his new big challenge as a president-elect of EXA. I'm confident that in the EU environment that I personally know well, he will do a great job. In conclusion, I would like to reiterate the Shipping Deputy Ministry's willingness and determination to work together for a resilient, more competitive, more sustainable, more extroverted Cyprus shipping. We have open doors and ears to listen, to learn, to adjust, to respond to problems. If you ask me the reason behind the Cyprus shipping success, this is neither the fiscal incentives nor the good safety record of our fleet. The reason is our people. The love and passion that we, public and private sector, have for shipping. Let's join forces to turn this passion to hard work in order to deliver results in making a positive change for Cyprus and global shipping scene, in ensuring a brighter future for Cyprus shipping, because a strong Cyprus shipping sector is a valuable asset for our nation and for global shipping. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Minister. Despite the technical problems, we were able to hear what you have said, especially your message and your priority that both the government as well as the ministry has set as a target to improve even more the services provided to the existing customers of the Cyprus flag and Cyprus shipping industry at large. in these difficult days of COVID-19 and the effects it has globally as well as on our industry. We take it as a clear political message of support, and we thank you for that. Through that, working together with you, as you just said, with your passion and commitment, you and your team, we are confident that we'll be able to sail through these difficult and rough waters as well. We will proceed with the address by the President of the Cyprus Shipping Chamber, Mr. Philippos Feliz. Mr. President.
Thank you, Thomas. President of the Republic, Shipping Deputy Minister, Central Bank Governor, Chairman of the International Chamber of Shipping, President of the European Community Shipowners Associations, Excellencies, Mayor of Limassol, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the Cyprus Shipping Chamber, I warmly welcome you all to our 32nd Annual General Meeting, which coincides with the European Maritime Day. Under the unique circumstances of the COVID-19 pandemic, this year our Annual General Meeting is conducted without the physical presence of our valued member guests. Even though we'll have much enjoyed welcoming you physically, our priority continues to be the health and safety of our society. We remain confident that the fast pace the national vaccination program is progressing in Cyprus will contribute significantly to an even better control of the pandemic, and thus we hope to meet in person again very soon. Until then, we are delighted and greatly appreciate the fact that His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Cyprus, Mr. Nikos Anastasiadis, virtually addressed our General Meeting today. I hope that there will be a chance to play the video. We feel very heartened by the address of President Anastasiadis and his kind words about our chamber. We sincerely thank him for his clear commitment to continue placing priority on shipping and offering the necessary political support that our industry needs to overcome the various challenges ahead. We also feel the need to express our sincere appreciation to the Shipping Deputy Minister, Mr. Vasilios Dimitriadis, for sharing with us through his address and the film his inspiring and passionate vision for a more resilient, competitive, and sustainable Cyprus shipping. Dear Minister, the shipping industry relies on you and your very capable team at the Shipping Ministry, headed by the Permanent Secretary, Mr. Neophytos Papadopoulos. Our chamber stands ready to further strengthen our cooperation and to implement together with your ministry your long-term strategy for Cyprus shipping. Dear guests, we are honored to have your virtual presence at our AGM today, which is a testimony of your strong and long-standing support to the shipping industry. Without further delay, please allow me to quickly review the actions and activities of our chamber since our AGM last year. 2020 has been a particularly challenging year due to COVID-19, not only for the chamber, but also for Cyprus shipping and the entire country and the global humanity. The first half of 2020 was marked by national lockdowns, restrictive measures, and travel restrictions. These impacted the global business activities and caused a number of severe operational and supply chain issues. In the second half of the year, countries continued their fight against the further spread of the pandemic, while industries developed new ways to safeguard their operations and handle the consequences due to the ongoing restrictions. The shipping industry was also inevitably affected at a significant degree. Regarding the initial actions taken to tackle COVID-19 locally, the Chamber closely monitored the developments on the outbreak at local and global scale, acting in a proactive manner. With the tangible and commendable assistance of the Cyprus Shipping Deputy Ministry, the Chamber was able to assist with success its members who had staff stranded abroad and needed to be repatriated to Cyprus, as well as to keep members promptly and properly advised on all measures introduced by the government to combat the spread of the pandemic. On an international level, despite the ongoing pandemic-related restrictions, the shipping industry globally managed very early to adapt its operations to ensure first the safety of its people, as well as the uninterrupted flow of essential goods around the world. This, of course, would not have been possible without the hard work, dedication, and sacrifices of our unseen heroes at sea, our seafarers. During this very difficult period, they displayed outstanding courage, stayed away from their loved ones beyond the expected periods, and performed admirably under the pressure of the health crisis. Seafarers, therefore, managed to serve and provide the world with essential goods and keep the global trade and world economy moving. However, since the beginning of the pandemic, they are facing a humanitarian crisis with severe difficulties surrounding, at first, their repatriation, to embark or disembark ships, as well as to be safely vaccinated together with all frontline workers. In this respect, we welcome the recent decision by the Cyprus government to include in the whole Cyprus shipping sector in the very limited list of essential services, following an initiative by our shipping ministry responding to our relevant request on same. Combining this with the number of vaccines made recently available by the government, mainly to our traveling superintendents, demonstrates the importance of our industry, which effectively freed our members from the still applicable staff office restrictions. Distinguished guests, Cyprus was among the first countries globally to recognize seafarers as essential workers, and for that, we feel very proud. Taking also into account that these essential workers deliver among all the essential goods the storage equipment for the vaccine's preservation, we need to ensure their safety by facilitating the soonest vaccinations, specifically for our resident seafarers to continue their valuable work. We trust that the Cyprus government shall show its support once again to the people of our industry and will proceed the earliest with the vaccinations of seafarers on board Cyprus flagships as well. Our shipping ministry's response to the worldwide crew change crisis was very encouraging as well. The Chamber welcomed the recent proposal of the shipping ministry, which provides for a global approach to delivering COVID-19 vaccinations to seafarers. Through the Chamber's membership at the International Chamber of Shipping and the European Community Shipowners Associations, we assisted the ministry to further communicate the proposal to the relevant international shipping associations. We are equally very pleased to receive their positive feedback and support. Allow me now to add here that the Cyprus shipping industry contributed through various ways to the government's efforts to tackle COVID-19 by complying with the government's measures, both onshore and on board, and at the same time, it continued to provide high standard and reliable services to the country, thus supporting tangibly the Cyprus economy and the society during these challenging times. The Chamber's main priority in 2020 was to offer the best possible assistance to safeguard the interests of our members. In this respect, we focus our lobbying activities at the following three levels. Internationally, through our active participation in the International Chamber of Shipping Board of Directors and at the numerous weekly video conferences addressing the issues caused by the health crisis on a global base. On a European level, through the European Community Shipowners Associations, where we work collectively to secure financial measures from the various EU funds to support the European shipping and maritime transport, both at EU and at individual member state level. Thirdly, on a national level, the Chamber, as the representative of the resident shipping sector, worked together with the Employer and Industrialist Federation and in close communication with the Chamber of Commerce and Industry to address collectively COVID-19 related issues affecting all companies in Cyprus. Of course, we offer as much tangible assistance as possible to shipping companies and their employees. Please allow me here to express our sincere appreciation to EV and GEVE for their invaluable cooperation and support. On social level, our member companies strongly supported the Chamber's fight against the spread of COVID campaign, through which a donation was made to the Cyprus Central Health System of a specialized complete medical respiratory system. In addition, the valuable contribution of the shipping industry to the Cyprus society was strengthened through various commendable private initiatives of the Chamber's member companies. Once again, the Cyprus shipping industry's tireless drive to contribute to the Cyprus society sent the message that shipping does not only carry cargo and passengers, but also messages of social solidarity and support. Ladies and gentlemen, an important milestone in 2020, which played an important role in safeguarding the resident shipping industry, was the unanimous parliamentary approval of the recent EU renewed Cyprus tonnage tax law for another 10 years. We wish, therefore, to express publicly our sincere appreciation first to the Shipping Ministry and other government agencies. Similarly, we thank the House of Representatives for the continuous political support in achieving this great success for Cyprus shipping amidst the pandemic crisis. We are also equally pleased to see during 2020 our Shipping Deputy Ministry achieving another important goal for Cyprus shipping, which further upgraded the Cyprus flag as one of the safest and highest standards in the world. This was the inclusion of the Cyprus flag in the Worldsheet 21 list of the US Coast Guard. Dear Minister, our shipping ministry, since its establishment in 2018, has indeed achieved an impressive track record of accomplishments, providing that this pioneering move was the right call made by the state. This, in turn, has substantially assisted in maintaining the shipping industry intact and, by extension, has greatly assisted the economy at large. However, our industry faces strong global competition, and thus our ministry needs to intensify its efforts to become even more modern and efficient, and through those actions, even more business-friendly to the Cyprus flag users and the Cyprus-based shipping companies. In this respect, we believe that in addition to the good work done so far, the shipping ministry should accelerate its efforts to digitalize and automate its operation and services offered to shipping companies so that Cyprus shipping becomes even more competitive. All the above can be efficiently implemented through the creation of the long-awaited one-stop shipping shop model. Moreover, our industry is navigating towards a greener pathway and is committed to its mission, which is to achieve the challenging environmental targets introduced by the International Maritime Organization. The goal is indeed mutual, to address the environmental impact of shipping so that we can continue to drive global trade sustainably. We fully support the global efforts to reduce greenhouse gas emissions to achieve the 2015 Paris Climate Agreement, and as an industry, we have already pledged to do our equal share towards achieving the Paris goals. This, though, should be achieved in a way that is technologically safe and sound and economically viable. Otherwise, it will have a very negative impact on shipping. We therefore strongly support the ongoing efforts of the IMO to develop global-based regulations to gradually reduce the greenhouse gases in absolute terms. We acknowledge that IMO agreed short-term measures as provided in the initial strategy and set the deadlines towards reaching the commitment to reduce the greenhouse gases at 50% from its base year 2008 by 2050. Unilateral regulations, especially at European level, such as, for example, the imminent inclusion of shipping in the European Emissions Trade Scheme and the FuelEU Maritime proposal under consideration, which may end up as another trade scheme on top of the EU ETS, are initiatives that need careful consideration. Therefore, the regulators should consider the impact assessment before being imposed on the European shipowners and the international shipowner service in Europe, as these schemes will have grave and damaging consequences on the competitiveness and viability of mainly small and medium shipping companies, which form the backbone of the European shipping. We therefore urge our shipping ministry to become even more vocal when representing Cyprus at various European international fora on environmental matters. The Chamber, as we have always done, is ready to work with the shipping ministry in preparing viable positions on all the issues under consideration. Dear Minister, we have every faith that you will continue with the same passion, commitment, and hands-on approach to implement the above-mentioned suggestions through the very much anticipated long-term strategy. Ladies and gentlemen, before closing, I would like to refer once again to the discriminatory Turkish embargo on the Cyprus flag. This is a long-standing issue which acts as a constant negative factor for the further development of Cyprus shipping. As such, we strongly appeal to President Anastasiadis to intensify his government's efforts to resolve this illegal trade restriction, both within the framework of the European Union, as well as part of the discussions for the resolvement of the Cyprus political issue. We offer our full support and standby readiness to assist in any way towards achieving this very important goal. Similarly, it is worth highlighting here another important issue global shipping is facing. Back in June 2020, the Cyprus Shipping Chamber raised serious concerns about the worsening piracy situation in the Gulf of Guinea and invited actions by governments. Unfortunately, we are disappointed to observe that we have now reached the year 2021, and despite the efforts being made by the industry, the situation remains very dangerous for ships trading in the Gulf of Guinea and their crew on board. We thus urge the Cyprus government to become even more involved and be a leading flag state, provided the means possible to protect its interest as a maritime nation with one of the largest fleets globally, by taking even more effective actions in finding a long-term solution to this crisis. We are also pleased to announce that Chamber, along with several other shipping associations and private companies, co-signed the Gulf of Guinea Declaration on Suppression of Piracy. Finally, during 2020, the Cyprus Shipping Chamber continued to support initiatives promoting blue growth in Cyprus through our engagement in the Cyprus Foundation of the Sea, an institution initiated by the Chamber and other stakeholders to boost blue growth in Cyprus. In addition, within the framework of its continuous and wider efforts to educate young Cypriots and the wider public about the benefits of shipping to the Cyprus economy and the career prospects in our industry, the Shipping Chamber continued virtually its educational activities to attract young Cypriots to the maritime professions. In this way, we aim to ensure the sustainability and further development of the Cyprus shipping industry. At our annual general meeting last year, we also announced the outline merger agreement reached between the Cyprus Shipping Chamber and the Cyprus Union of Shipowners, with the implementation steps to be further agreed between the two associations. In this connection, we are obliged to advise you that regretfully, despite our heart and sincere efforts towards that aim, it has not yet been made possible to conclude on this matter. Dear guests, as vaccinations against COVID-19 progress and the infection rates in Cyprus decline, we regain our confidence that there is a line of sight towards the end of this crisis. Taking this opportunity, I would like to thank the Cyprus government and all the relevant state authorities, as well as the medical staff and the scientists for their excellent work and tireless efforts to contain the pandemic in this period. The day after should find us ready to address the economic impact inflicted upon our businesses and draft a recovery strategy to maintain Cyprus as a leading maritime center, the Cyprus flag as one of the leading maritime flags of excellence, and at the same time to create an even more sustainable economy for our country. The future is a challenging one, and without a doubt, there is a clear need to reshape the way shipping operates in view of these challenges and lessons learned during the COVID-19 pandemic. It is therefore imperative to apply carefully planned strategies to be able to navigate through rough seas into calm waters. The ever-changing climate, the need for decarbonizing the industry by 2050, the increased scrutiny and the enhanced pressure from the investors, the lenders, and all other financial stakeholders to improve sustainability performance and implement transparent reporting, the labor and human rights risk, and last but not least, the stringent corporate governance required are the challenges the shipping industry enter with this new decade. In this respect, we believe that the Cyprus Roadmap to Recovery plan in response to the pandemic should also be aligned with our country's environmental and climate goals. We therefore urge our government to consider the Chamber's idea to establish a financial institution for the shipping and transport sector, which shall allocate funding aligned with the Green Deal and/or provide competitive ship finance to resident shipping companies. Dear Minister, ladies and gentlemen, the Chamber, as the voice of the shipping industry of Cyprus, is passionately committed to continue working creatively with the Cyprus government and all the stakeholders, both locally and internationally, to maintain and enhance Cyprus as an all-embracing shipping center and a leading flag of excellence, and increase our industry's contribution to the Cyprus economy and the society. In turn, being aware of his personal interests and the government's commitment to shipping, we trust that President Anastasiadis, through the good work of Minister Dimitriadis and our shipping ministry, will continue placing shipping high on his government priorities. Finally, I would like to mention that in our website, you will find a link to our 2020 annual report, which describes in detail the multifaceted work and the main activities of the Chamber throughout the past year. I take this opportunity to warmly thank all our business associates for the excellent working relation and invaluable cooperation we share. Today marks the last day of my term as president of the Cyprus Shipping Chamber. I feel very thankful for the trust placed in me by our members and to have represented the Chamber during the troublesome period 2019 to 2021, due to the COVID-19, of course. I equally feel particularly proud to have worked together for the past 2 years with my very competent colleagues at the Board of Directors. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for everything. Last, I convey my sincere wishes of good luck to the new president and my fellow Board of Directors members elected today. Altogether, we shall continue working for the benefit of our chamber, the shipping industry, and Cyprus economy at large. At this stage, it should have been an omission if I did not express my sincere appreciation to the Chamber Secretariat for its dedication and endless working hours allocated to successfully serve our members and the local industry, as well as to accommodate my continuous demands on all the matters dealt with during the past 2 years. Closing, I thank you all once again for honoring us with your virtual presence here today. I sincerely hope that we shall be able to greet you all physically at one of our chamber events very soon. Until then, stay safe.
Thank you very much, Mr. President, and thank you also for your kind words. Dear guests, you've just heard earlier that Mr. Philippos Philis is today completing his term of office as President of the Chamber. Due to the COVID restrictions we are obliged to follow, we cannot probably honor him today, but I'm sure the new Board of Directors will find very soon the appropriate measures to express the appreciation of the Chamber for his hard work and dedication. In any case, those who know Philippos, I'm sure they will agree with me that being a true engineer, he doesn't like too much work, too much words, and not enough and not sweet talking. So respecting this, I will only say that despite the fact that he has served only for one term of office for 2 years, together with his colleagues at the Board of Directors during these last 2 very difficult years, we have managed to achieve a number of achievements that already been mentioned by him. For us at the Secretariat, I think the main thing that we will take with us from his time as President is the fact that he has helped us and through the Board of Directors and all the members to modernize even more our association despite today's technical failure. I believe that this is also reflected in the recognition that our association is enjoying by our international and European colleagues. The mere fact that as of 6 months from now, Mr. Philis will be the first Cyprus President of the European Community Shipowners Association, I think reflects clearly this recognition amongst our European shipping peers. Mr. Philis, being aware that this is a very important task that you are undertaking on behalf of all of us and for the benefit of European shipping, would like to express to you our appreciation and our commitment to assist you in every way possible in your new duties come January next year. This, dear Minister, dear guests, dear members, current and future President, brings us to the end of our 32nd troublesome annual general meeting. I believe that at least for us, it was a pleasure, even not being able to actually see you, but maybe it was a pleasure having you with us through this virtual participation. As the World War II English song singer Vera Lynn used to sing, we shall meet again, we hope soon, physically. And until then, as our President said, stay safe, test negative, think positive. Thank you very much.